Ukrainian FPV drones managed to fly into the invaders' rear and destroy a tank, artillery, and logistics vehicles in the Pokrovska sector. The combat work was carried out by the Muramasa unit of the 109th Brigade of the Ukrainian Defense Forces. In this sector in the Donetsk region, Russians deployed powerful electronic warfare systems to interfere with Ukrainian drones. Muramasa unit operators successfully breached Russian electronic warfare defenses and flew their drones to the area near Semenivka village. Inside the village and around it, the FPV strike drones targeted a Russian T-72 tank and a BM-21 Grad rocket system. The Russians installed protective grills on the Grad launcher, which failed to protect it from the Ukrainian drone's warhead. The released footage also shows that the Russians were trying to equip their vehicles with electronic warfare systems that were installed on the roof. However, the Ukrainian operators managed to quickly direct the attack drones at these vehicles. The most active areas where the enemy attempted to conduct assault operations yesterday were the Pokrovsky and Kurakov directions. The Russians are trying to use mostly infantry groups of 3 to 10 soldiers, depending on the type of terrain and the tasks of the infantry groups. First and foremost, they carry out assault operations, but some also aim to reach specific areas and establish a foothold. Meanwhile, in the Kharkiv region in Vovchansk, Ukrainian troops discovered and neutralized a Russian MTLB armored personnel carrier that was behaving oddly. Noam Intelligence Telegram channel released a video from a Ukrainian drone that recorded the movement of this MTLB. The Russian invaders deployed one armored personnel carrier covered with protective screens. The armored vehicle was driving down Soborna Street, formerly Lenin Street, and did not stop even when it was hit. The Ukrainian military managed to stop the MTLB only on the outskirts of the bridge that connects the two parts of the city across the Vovcha River. It is possible that the Russian invaders were trying to send an unmanned MTLB to Ukrainian positions, which was packed with explosives. This is not the first time that the Russian military has used unmanned armored vehicles packed with explosives in the war. Previously, the invaders placed OFAB 100-120 bombs and a mine-clearing line charge from an UR-77 mine-clearing vehicle in the MTLB to use it to explode on Ukrainian positions. It is also believed that the MTLB could have been heading to the aggregate plant, but the armored personnel carrier's driver was seriously injured and lost control of the vehicle. In the other direction, soldiers of the 4th Force of Freedom Battalion of the Rubizh National Guard Rapid Response Brigade fought off a Russian assault in the Donetsk region. According to Ukrainian defenders, the Russian invaders conducted the assault using 3 armored vehicles and 1 infantry platoon. After the assault started, 1 enemy infantry fighting vehicle hit a mine. Subsequently, the Russian MTLB traveling next also hit a mine. The video footage captures the Russian infantry retreating after losing their armored vehicles. Ukrainian drones with munition and FPV start operating against the invaders. They finish off the fleeing enemy. In total, the National Guard's coordinated actions to fight off the Russian assault resulted in the invaders losing one of their infantry fighting vehicles, IFV, and 1 MTLB. 2 invaders were also killed, and 2 more Russian invaders were wounded. Observers who monitor the hostilities in the Russian-Ukrainian war have determined that the Russians tried to storm Ukrainian positions near the village of Spirn in the Bakhmut district of Donetsk region. Meanwhile, the Russian invaders launched a single missile strike, conducted 59 airstrikes, and dropped 79 guided aerial bombs on Ukrainian territory over the past day. Additionally, they used 532 kamikaze drones and carried out nearly 3,300 instances of shelling on Ukrainian forces' positions and civilian areas. Ukraine's general staff reports that, on the Kharkiv front, the Russians, with air support, are attempting to assault Ukrainian positions near the city of Vovchansk. On the Kurakove front over the past day, the Russians attacked Ukrainian positions 40 times near the settlements of Tsukurin, Ukrainsk, Heorhivka, Dalny, and Kostiantynivka. On the Pokrovsk front, the Russians, supported by aircraft, made 39 attempts to push Ukrainian defenders back from their positions.
Прицел 383 код, давай.